He could have easily got bolts off. No face to the fact that CT's gone all the way back through B-long. There's nowhere else really could be. Tandem peek together, watch that shot potential.
Wants to try and find the first pick with that long corridor. It's going to be the B-side. That's Immortals are focusing now, though. Let's see, potentially execute here. Flashbang's going over, maybe bleeding out some CT utility on the other side. Drop a smoke as well. This will be an A split from what I can see right now, Matt.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Krakow here, and welcome back to some more CSGO. Today we're back on CSGO.com, and oh wow, I didn't even notice. Put in.
He is the God B as he dropped one more time, Henny in a 1 versus 5. Didn't bring enough to tear down a wall this high.
Oh, it's just so beautiful. The nade, everything, the timings, the perfection as well. Sitting in front of the smoke, the 3-man spray down. Immortals have no idea what has happened to them. It's big, a really successful round there. Now to get the double digits. Everyone's surviving as well. God B on an absolute rampage. Immortals can do nothing about it. They were setting up for that A split. They tried to get the drop down control where God B's have been allowing them to have it. He's been sitting outside the window, but this time he's in there. He's fighting, he's scrapping, and he managed to get all 3 kills. Another timeout for Immortals. They're not looking comfortable here. And that's a full reset round as well, Matt. The fact is, they get no bomb down here. And let's look at it from God B. Just spotting them. We're in the quarterfinal and things are falling apart. I think that Kenny, you're having a nightmare. Let me just do the main AWP at this stage. And you just have to make that call. It's a difficult one to make, but sometimes it has to be done. Round number 26, 14-11. Immortals, though, after winning the previous round, there's a huge chance it can get reset. Need to be very
He's not quick enough. He does find one on bolts as he looked back down toward E-box, but that means he was pushed and pressured from both sides. Good find from Tapson to get a lurk late inside a connector. Shuts down any threat coming in from Immortals. And as you mentioned, just a chance to break the money once more, and Big would be right back into it at 14-12, potentially get a 13th round on the back of it. So slow it down. The Twins again, this time 4 versus 2. So one better than they won last time they worked together on the CT side. Have to be weary.
two of which very low indeed, beneath 2,000 in fact. Tapson, lovely work there. It's a clean round for Big as they close the gap. Scoreline's 9-2. Immortals getting shut down. They're trying to mix things up. They're trying to go faster now. The simpler plays, as I said, we haven't really seen that from them. It was great for the previous round, but that one just there didn't really work out for them. Tapson with a nice flank, and there will not be a force by him. Into round number 27. Things are desperate now for the Immortals side. It's Tapson, aggressive of course towards the platform, finds the first headshot. This takes down Lucas. Lagia, that's not bad at all.
Wow.
He finds 2 kills as well.
5-2. In terms of manpower, it's a very good job against the anti-eco situation, or rather with the anti-eco situation. Scobby gets himself in position through the door. 1-point game after 12-3 on the most sloppy, I guess, T-side we've seen from Big throughout the course of the event. Tapson gets K&G, it's only Henny remaining. Needs kills on this P250 just to get money again. Ooh, nearly gets one. Good tag with 3 players there waiting for his arrival. We have 1 round between them.
Who would have thought? The CT sides. Well, as I said, the money's still not going to be great. Could have been double eco territory if they wanted to be, but they've opted for the buy here. Henny, just the CZ. Balls down to Galil, UMP to KNG. I think I've painted the picture for you. It's quite a bleak scenario for the Immortals side. They do have the utility to work with. That's what they've opted for. This will be some sort of set piece. We need to see like a wall of smoke. You can't really just rely on running into a bomb site. With this sort of weaponry, we're going to have to deploy everything we've got. Throw the kitchen sink at them and see what's available as we get into round number 28.
Taps in, taking out KNG. Good shot. Starts it off again against Guns. Down to 50 HP, but it's a decent all. Not again. Not again. Another massive nade. These guys are timing it to perfection. Tapson's already got the kill. He gets all the damage required. And on top of that, they're blinded up. They're standing and they're burning alive. They have no idea they're sitting on top of the flames. It's a marshmallow fest. As Goppy gets back inside, and he's going to be the best to shut down Steel. They'll lose themselves inside of the smoke, but watch for the apparition to emerge. Next. He's not haunted by any ghost to Begule. Bomb left down on top of the platform, and another shot to tie it up. Lagia's got it, 14-14.
They're looking hot right now, Big. They're managing to hit all their shots, working perfectly as a unit. I wasn't believing coming to the second half from what I saw in the first, but this has been a marvelous performance for them. And you're right, tying things up at 14-14. That was the force buy for Immortals as well. They're going into round number 29 with pistols only. That's it. They're force buying in the Tech 9 CZs. And it's the nades once again, Matt. How much damage they do with these HE grenades over and over again. Playing out of their minds right now in the second half. The Gears have the 28 frags, not known as the biggest fragger, arguably one of their weakest players, stepping up and going huge here in the quarterfinal.
Invigorated. Come under some criticism in this event for all sorts of things we all know about. But they've stepped up when it matters, and they actually are in a position to find map points against just pistols. Another nade potentially, this time Molotov. Incendiary to be specific and precise.
Yeah.
That's a nade though, and it'll do damage again to the corner. It's not quite 100 damage, but
it's still decent. We'll take it.
Yeah, still see. I mean, the guns don't even have to do the work. You talk about M4s not being one-shot headshots. Well, okay, they are if you do 50 damage every time with a nade.
This must be the most damage of HE grades we've seen in a single half. It's unbelievable the work they're doing with those. It's lesser utility, really. It's the one that's not purchased the most. They're often opting for the smokes, the flashbangs, and the Molotovs. The HE is like a luxury sometimes. Oh, now the crowd are coming to life. They're believing. Here we go. Pistols, a final play towards the B bomb site. Immortals have to dig so deep this one. Lose this round, it's pretty much over. Still no money. Final flashbang. Here we go.
Through the smoke, it works. They don't spot next to the archway. They'll get him back. And on top of getting him, they actually do find Dobby immediately before. So it's a 2 versus 2, but he with the AWP continues to look hot in this event. And a fast split puts map point on the board for Big first.
Nothing to work with there for the Immortals side, just pistols, armor, hoping someone can go absolutely wild with a Desert Eagle, find an opening pick, just something, but they couldn't get those openings. This is a 12-3 half. They've fallen apart. It seemed like Immortals were controlling the pace of this game. They had everything going for them, that double AWP setup, the KNG performance. But this T side, just nothing has excited me at all in that play. They haven't really had the basics down. The map control hasn't really come in. They haven't had any clutch situations, really. It's all just been whitewashes, getting completely wrecked at the drop-down room, especially by HE grenades as well. Final pause comes in. I should say 3 out of 4. You get what I'm saying. And Galil's, Deagles, Tech 9s. This is all they've got to work with here. Next, nice work to get the double frag there. And Keeve, he's stepping up once again here at this major. Oh, the coach is feeling it as well.
God, he's just ecstatic, as he should be. This team is the surprise of the tournament. What a package they've put together. 1 round to be 4-0 in total, and 1-0 in an all-important quarterfinal. Pressure on for Immortals, and not a lot to work with.
Definitely not. Galil's Wolfpack mentality towards Long A, but it's Lagia. He's having a game. We'll see if he can hold them off once again. Drops the incendiary, but this time taken down by Steel.
Goes to danger. first pick finally for Immortals. Not something they've had and been able to secure very often.
And they upgrade one of the pistols to an AK now, getting stronger and stronger. A real chance to take this to overtime. Godby, though, aggressive towards long. Not the greatest position. Can get flashed off there. It's a one and done technically, but he can get backed up by his teammates.
Boost for Tabson.
I like that boost, though. This is exciting me. Tabson can cause some damage here, but they are focusing primarily towards long A. He's going to have to turn around and back up Godby. Good smoke, though. Perfect smoke.
Slows them down. Partially blinded. Can Tabson see above it? That's the better question. Missed time from Godby, and we might have overtime in the cards. Tabson's forced off of it. It's a 5 versus 3, and he's got caught out by K&G wrapping around. Of all times to not be able to shut them down. Oh, next. So close to taking out Steel. 2 HP, a WP for Kiev, but he's got to go a lot further than just one kill in a panic situation toward the vent because bomb planted. He has a kit, but no further utility, and he's stuck on the AWP at least for now. If he wants another gun, he's got to get a lot closer. Wrapping around as well, even if he goes toward the huts. Bolts finds him from the top of the ramp, and we've got extra rounds.
We're going into overtime. It didn't look likely there. Immortals struggling tremendously on this T side. Great half from Big, I have to say, but falling at the final hurdle there. Everything's reset now. That momentum does not carry through. 10K per player. MR3 will be first and 19 at the top of this. 18-18, we do it over again. We do not swap halves, and Immortals stay on the T side here, and it seems like they're finding more success with these simpler plays, just grouping up, focusing on long A, finding that first pick as well. The gear that went down first has been an absolute monster in this second half. Round number 1. CTs have to be very careful with their economy here. Key for the AWP, no head up by 3 players, not really required, not be up against any SMGs or anything like that, but here we go. Faster play towards B. This could be a straight-up rush. All 5 players towards the upper platform. Here we go.
They're in. They're going. Next and Tabson are not in position. They're not ready for it. They've got to get the first kill, shut them down. They've got to be early on the denial of entry. So far they trade, but trades don't get enough if it's chaotic and allows for the bomb plant, and better than trades. Henny's able to slip up and find next, leaving Kiev again in another 1 versus 3, and Op purchased overtime MR3. He's bailing. He wants to keep it.
Yeah, has no choice there. It costs a lot of money to bring the AWP and the armor out, some basic nades as well. You're not left with much money at all. He's actually only got $3,900. 1,400 on top of that next round, so has to save this AWP.
Great call to change the pace. We didn't see that from them all.
You've got these star players, these raw aimers. Pound for pound, Immortals do out-frag Big pretty much every single time. And why are you not just focusing on that? Say the 5-man unit, get that rush going on. Instead of going to the defaults and getting wrecked by HE grenades, this is get in there. Let's start hitting some shots. Let's let our star players have some movement. And it's Henny gets 2 frags into the round, and B-Rush is all the call they need, apparently. I like that a lot. First time they've done it, it works out for them. We go down 1-0 here. Nice way to kick off overtime. Great call. Just the first man, guys. What you're usually aiming for, the rule book, the strategy book, whatever you want to call it, goes out the window in overtime. You're trying to think back, what worked there? How can we adapt what we've currently been doing? Why are we getting shut down across the board? And now, to stick together, I like it. Simple, but effective. Round number 2 now. Still with the AWP, of course, after saving in the previous. Money, though, if you lose this round, pretty much nothing. You get UMPs and pistols, and that 2-0 comes in. You need to be very careful, manage the economy well. If you have to save, sometimes it's better just to do that and think about the future instead of trying to have the heroic plays.
Close proximity to the doorway, Legia. He wants them to walk in, and they do. Thank you very much. I'll take charity at any point in time, as Lucas is at least able to trade it back by getting Godby to wardrop. Kiev double scoped, wants the first shot. Jump across, forget it, he'll flick. He will flick indeed. Oh, nearly gets it. Molotov will lock down the position, flash up over the wall. He wanted to repeat it, but got blinded himself. Creative way of doing it. Bit optimistic at how much distance he has to travel. Watch that smoke. And watch the boost on the reverse side, because they've just put KNG up with the op. Kiev's got to be a lot more careful about how he chooses to repeat. Flank heading toward Legia. Smart reposition for CT side with AP and Keeve, but next, bottom stairs traded out immediately. Keeve, as I mentioned, repositioned though, has control, but not the speed for the second kill. And overwhelmed as taps in behind the rock. Where is this coming from? Immortals finally getting space, but bombed it. Oh, missed shot. Legia had to hit that early. And bring it to the one-on-one as soon as the bomb was planted. Now the element of surprise gone, but still he's able to push through. Bolts is not ready for it. And Lucas comes back through toward window. Legia backs it off. He's got a smoke. He's got the kit. But if he goes immediately on top of it, Lucas is going to play aggressive so that he can't hold it. He might have gotten away with it, but there's no sense chancing it if he still has time. Molotov close side. This is going to be the hold because it's going to force him back. He's got to go wide around. He's protected. What a brilliant Molotov! What a brilliant Molotov to force out the time and position.
Very calm. Great work there from Legia. Knew exactly what he had to do there. I was about to say, as we were building that one up, he's got a smoke and an incendiary. He can lock off two key points of the map there. Wherever he's going to be struggling. I thought he dropped the incendiary towards drop down, then goes to that defuse. That's the only place he can be is connector or the drop down room. He could be doing to the full defuse of that plant as well. The incendiary towards that area. He's done it, but like you said, even better perhaps. Covering himself with the smoke. Little smile there perhaps. He knows he's enjoying himself. He's having one hell of a game. Probably the best performance I've seen from Legia in quite some time. Rush middle. It's up to Immortals now to dictate the pace.
That nade again!
It's happening!
It's absolutely slaughtering them as KNG at least trades it this time, but it gives Legia again a chance. Smoke down, he's got to push through it because he's given up A and he's being watched, but not anymore. Patience not anymore either because Goppy's got the kill, but he's still in a good position. KNG knows it, he's gonna go hunting for him, spots the head, but can't get the shot. A big whiff. Leaves them locked on twos, HP relatively even. But advantage to the bomb plant. Legia tagged through the door. Wasn't ready for bolts to appear. AWP for Keeve to win the first overtime half. He's spotted in the open. His steal goes high. Immortals get two. Big only get one.
Immortals do get two after having a shocking regulation Teague side. They've seemed to have adjusted themselves, kept it simple as go for these rushes, but you're right, that nade once again in middle. How much damage can be inflicted with the HGs here? It's unbelievable. And this problem is they're trying to stick together, they're trying to keep it simple, and that's going to be a massive issue. You get an HG thrown at you and lands in the massive group of the players there, but still they recover. And the clutch not working out. A decent flank from Legia as well. And he stepped up tremendously for the big side, but wasn't quite enough. They switch over to the T side now, where they struggled as well. Remember, it's 12-3 in the first half. Do they have a similar mentality? They start grouping up and saying, let's stick as that 5-man unit. We're getting wrecked by the double AWP setup, and that's what's coming out once again. Immortals, KNG especially. He was quiet in the second half. I'm really expecting some huge things now.
He's getting cheeky with a T-sided AWP. Where he's had most of his success, to be fair. How does it always seem to go that when T-sides are the struggle in the regular 30 rounds, and you hit overtime, and suddenly they appear with a change in pace and urgency? Flash out for Godby to check corner. If tactics weren't a thing the first time they played on the T-half, they might need to be now. Slow pace again. KNG's watching down to bottom of middle. Henny on the other AWP is towards Shikakoop, and they're still not deciding on the big side where they want to go. Very patient from Immortals.
Indeed.
Not flying into any of the slow play from Big, not going in for information that could cost them.
One more round from that point. Don't want to give anything away here. Especially on that CT side, don't want that money to start dwindling away. It will be an A-sided attack. Taps in once again, a drop down. His four teammates waited to execute, but they did run out of time. They weren't managing that correctly in regulation. It's going to be steal to Pine Tap. That's a key frag. Here comes the final commitment there, but Legia hitting shots once again. Good opener.
They know Lucas is toward the barrels. The problem is to get far enough inside of the site to get him. They have to cover off the balcony. They've done that. And down they both go. Ball plant follows immediately as Steele goes down to next. Very good entry, and it wasn't strategical. It wasn't tactical. It was just straight up. Entry kills and leaves Henny. 1 versus 3. It was 4. Chances of anything beyond that, pretty slim. Doesn't have a kid either, so backs away. 17-17.
Indeed. It's 18 required from that point, but Big do tie things up. Slow and steady as usual, but this time much better. I thought Immortals could pick that one up, considering one of the key scalps of 4 big went down first. Taps into that drop down room. They go towards A, they stick together. McGee opening things up. He managed to get 2 frags in total. He's having one hell of a performance, I have to say. Keith with the AWP as well. You said it's a little bit cheeky on the T side, but it works out for them that round. And then a pause comes in once again. This must be the final pause now, I think. Got a lot of them. Just a chance to calm down. Work out what the play is. Didn't see the best T side from either of these teams. So tactical time for Big, yes indeed, their last one. 4 out of 4. A chance for the coach to chime in, give his input. Help out God B with his final call to get them to map point potentially here. Double up setup. Not sure it's a possibility right now. We'll have a look. Single. So yeah, Henny, he gets the only AWP here. Again, I have to say, Matt, why is KNG not AWPing on the CT side of Cobblestone?
He's been much better, to be fair.
He's got 28 frags, Henny 13. Sure, he is the main AWPer, but you've got to ask yourself, like, if someone's not playing that well, maybe it's time you just took the rifle and gave him the responsibility.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing to the strengths. He's certainly been one, KNG.
Like, he's been anchoring the A side as well, meaning you have 4 players towards that B side of the map. I think that's cool for me, but who knows what's Henny up to this round. He's decent in the B bomb side generally. This hasn't really arrived. Apart from one very important round.
Spray through the smoke. Next we'll jump across. This is only map 1, let's not forget. Immortals allowed Inferno to come into the pool. SK were bested on by Big. Not so sure we can still say they're the little brother anymore, Immortals. I think they're emerging from the shadow at this point. In this event, they are legends, rightfully so. Oh, look at the nades again. This time it's against Big. They're the ones caught off by a really well-thrown double Molotov play. Tapson and Gombi get trapped between it. They know they were going for that position every time in the first half. First time they played T-side. Next, we'll step to his perspective, but it's Legia instead that finds Bolts on the other side. Steal, he slips behind them, but will that go undetected or not? Tapson's ready for it. And Big, for their second time, might find the first map point of overtime, their second in the game, that is. Lucas is the last alive. Nade thinks about it. It would have been a kill. He'll continue to try and do what he can. Much has to at this point in time. And through the edge of the door, they spot him. Gombi's able to capitalize. 18-17 for Big.
Once again, it's McGee opening things up towards that B side. That's a huge weight off their shoulders, guaranteeing second overtime if required, and the money's going to be broken for Immortals. We described it in the build-up to this overtime. Go 2-0 down, and then left with pistols, and saved him 4 from what I can see. And KNG had some more residual caps, so he's got the M4A4 out too. 3 smokes and flashbangs, 4 pistols, and a riot ball. If ever there was a chance to close it out for Big, this would be it. 1 round will do it. Immortals to dig deep once again. Can they find anything with the Desert Eagles and the CZs? Here we go, it's building up once more.
Kiev watches wide side of the smoke as they continue to approach. Legia will be the leader. The hard charge. Tapson's gonna go solo this time down front. They jump in, Bolts is ready, Bolts goes undetected, finds 2, almost to third on a 5-7. But Tapson makes his way in from the E-box from drop. And bomb down, they have the advantage. Lucas with the deal, only to work with no kits. KNG down, rifle gone. The comeback might in fact be complete from the German side, even if they needed extra rounds. From 12-3 down, Lucas will walk in, it's all up to him, and they're ready for it. They'll spot him as he goes around the corner, everyone faces.
No
Lucky shot to find Tapson as he re-peeks back out. AWP has to back off from Kiev. If he finds the shot on Gombi, don't rule him out.
Ooh.
He's got it as well. He's only got 12 HP, but he's lost track of where Kiev is. The shot, he's on it. Kiev, why is he not peeking? Goes for the knife. Oh my goodness.